In chapter 238, we see Yuji dropping out the sky, and he's ready to fight Sukuna. And everybody's saying, and I guess the obvious thing to say would be that Yuji is going under some sort of a transformation. His body's changing because he obviously ate the rest of the cursed wombs. So, other than that, Yuji's body changing a lot could be a result of that book that Choso gave him about the soul. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I forgot, but I don't know if it was ever clear that anybody can just manipulate the soul, or maybe people can learn to manipulate their own soul through cursed energy and shit like that and cursed technique. But maybe that's another reason why Yuji looks different. The only other thing I could think of that is making Yuji look different is maybe it's similar to Panda. Panda had the souls of his the other animals, his siblings inside of him, and he was able to take their form. Maybe Yuji's doing that. Maybe he's not changing his soul with the knowledge of the book, completely, like Mahito. Maybe he's not doing that. Maybe he's taking on the forms of each of those cursed womb paintings, and he's using their power and to kind of deform and all of that. So, but who knows? We get to see what the next chapter has. This seems like something he can just activate because he wasn't like this before. Unless he did something right before this, he wasn't like this before, and now right when the battle's happening, he's like this. And if you see on his left arm, it's clearly a blade on his arm. He has like a arm blade, and his body's really changed a lot. He got the claws on his hands, and that left arm on that elbow is a blade. And they showed in the other panel when he's jumping out the sky too, and it's clearly a blade right there. But it's not on the other arm. It's not on his right one. It's just the blade on one arm. And the question is, will that form evolve even more? I wonder if his form will evolve and change into like he starts becoming more like a cursed spirit as the battle goes on. But aside from the obvious thing, which is Yuji's transforming and his body is changing because he ate the rest of the cursed wombs. Aside from that, I feel like the curveball type of thing would be, or at least my theory is, and I'm not like 100% on this. I'm still leaning toward the obvious thing, right? But I think it would be kind of crazy if Yuji was eating himself. Pause. Okay, like you see his arms. What if he's ripping the flesh off his arms? Like, what if he's eating the flesh off his arms, and you see him with his hand and over his mouth, or his arm over his mouth, and it looks like he's biting into his arm or something. Anyway, I think that nigga might have eaten the flesh off his arms, and you might ask, why the fuck would he do that? Well, I think the reason would be because we know that his body has all sorts of cursed energy seeped inside of it, right? And we know that Yuji gets power from eating things because he's not like a regular human. He's kind of like a cursed spirit at this point too. So he's really getting stronger from eating shit. That's why he ate the rest of the cursed wombs. That's why he's trying to eat all the fingers and shit. And he said that he would eat anything. He said it himself, I would eat anything to kill that creep. So I don't think it's too far. And he's becoming like a cursed spirit. He's not going to eat people like regular cursed spirits do to become stronger. He's not going to eat people. I've seen people saying, Yuji should try to eat Sukuna. I mean, you got to kill him first. You can't just eat this dude while he's alive. That sounds crazy. But I feel like Yuji is eating himself because it's like some self-sustaining energy system of power that, at the end of the day, if he was doing that, because his body has all that cursed energy in it. What if he's eating his own flesh, getting the strength that's already from that, which is like the power of Sukuna and all of them cursed wombs, and it's adding to it's like his fuel tank, even though it's his own fuel source in the first place. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I even explained that right, but yeah, I think it could be a possibility that Yuji is biting into himself. He's ripped all the flesh off his arms with his teeth, and he's eating it all. And he's doing that. Maybe he can heal it back. Maybe he doesn't need to. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe that's just how his arm looks, because like I said earlier, is the obvious thing is that he's just transforming, because all the power and the cursed wombs and all that shit. And this body's not normal anyway, so he just probably could transform now without Sukuna. He has his own demon form, which I kind of like, because him having Sukuna, that's like in any anime, if a main character has a demon inside of him, he usually gets to use it. Yuji never really got to use anything from Sukuna. He was only a burden to him, and I think we're really gonna see him use a lot of Sukuna's abilities. And Sukuna might be shook. He might be real surprised, like, yo, this little brat. He might be mad actually, like, yo, this fucking brat stole my moves. He's using my shit. I think that blade on Yuji's elbow really might come into play with the slashing and shit. I forgot exactly how dismantle works. I gotta look back into that, but Yuji might have dismantle and slash, or he might just have slash right now, and then he might learn dismantle while he fights Sukuna. Who knows? Anything can happen. The guy who pulled up with Yuji, like the judge or the lawyer. I mean, the lawyer guy, his domain, I wonder how strong it's gonna be for Sukuna. Like, his domains, like, so far in this show, that's why I like this power system. Like, the rules that the rules that every ability has, they have to be followed. So I think I want to see, like, when Sukuna's in there, can he really not attack? Will that still hold true? Is he so strong that he can start breaking rules now? Okay. He got around Gojo's thing in a way that makes sense, though. If he can cut anything, if he can cut the world, if he can cut space, then infinity doesn't matter for him. He can cut through infinity. The space is zero for him. So I gotta see how everything plays out. I don't want this video to be too long like the other ones, so I'm gonna end it right there. Little theory thing. If you liked it, subscribe, leave a like. You don't have to, but that'd be nice. Yeah, I'm out.